Hi there, I'm Dennis, and this is my instructional tutorial, if you will, of how to use Bash scripting, and to use the LaunchD agent that Apple provides. It runs many of the services in your Apple operating system. And I've set up a Bash script and a launch agent to change permissions of files in a particular folder. In this case, it's going to be in the demo folder, which is inside of my home folder. If I go to my home folder, click on demo, there's a bunch of files in there. Doesn't matter what they are. They could be text files. These are .js files, JavaScript files. And they have their permissions set by the script that I've written. The script changes permissions to read, write for the owner and read only for everybody else. I have two files here that both have the same permissions. They have read, write for the owner and read, write for everybody else. When they are moved into this folder, they will assume the same permissions when the script executes. The script that is going to accomplish this is right here. It is change permissions.sh. Change permissions.sh exists in the bash script folder, which is also in my home folder. I go to my home folder, go down to bash scripts, and there it is, change permissions. This is a line of type that is essentially a bash script that is going to be called by this file, which is a .plist, and I've called this one com.write-files.daemon.plist. And plist is really the main thing. It's Apple speak for an XML file. If you look at the header of the file, it is an XML format. Alright, and it is going to call this script using this path. You can see this right here is user, home, bash scripts, which I just showed you here, and change permissions.sh. Its interval to execute is going to be 33 seconds, every 33 seconds I should say, and that's basically it. And I could show you where you can find out more information on this. If you go into the terminal window and you type this right here, man launchd.plist, it will return the manual page for what a launchd plist is. It also gives you lots of instructions for controls that you can add to it to change its behavior or modify it. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, at the end, there is an example right there, and that's basically a working model or a template for making your own LaunchD agent if you choose to do so. So we can leave this, and also in the terminal, if I can navigate here, this is the find file, the find command I should say. The find command is going to be what we're using in the script. It's right there. So you can find out all kinds of things by using the man pages in terminal. You type the word man, M-A-N, and then a command, and this is what you will get. And we can just quickly scroll down here, and shows you the different options that you have with the find command. And as we get down here, we'll get to the execute. And the execute is also something we're using in my script. Right there, execute. It's going to execute the change of permissions. So that's a little bit of background on what that's doing there. And I can close out of this. And there you go. And now, this is where the script is going to live. The com.write files daemon plist. This file is located in my home folder, and then inside library, launch agents, and if you move to that directory, then you will see, if you do a list, you can list this by what files are in there, and these are all plist files, and this is the default one that comes with the system, and then the next two are ones that I wrote. This is the one that we're using to change the permissions with. And as you can see over here, if you looked at the permissions of this file in particular, it has to be executable. So those little X's need to be in its permissions, or it will not run. So you have to check that before you try and run one of these bash scripts or the launch agent. And I'll take this here. Now here's our little demo I can do. Okay, so this is where all the action is going to take place now. I'm going to take these two files that we looked at earlier that have rewrite permissions for everyone, and I'm going to move them into here. So this is main 2 and 3, and we can look at their permissions and perhaps see them change right on the fly. So there is read write for everyone, and there you go, it just changed. Look at that. And now it's read only for staff and everyone, while the owner still has rewrite permissions. So basically that's what it's doing to anything that gets copied into that folder. That's what's going to happen to it as far as its permissions goes. Now the date modified doesn't change anything of that, but you can use different commands. You could use the touch command or something like that, and it would update the modified date every minute or every hour or something like that. You can really do all kinds of things with setting the timing of your plist, and that's with the start interval. It can be set to when the user logs in, or it can be set to run every 33 seconds or every 120 seconds. And if I was to set that in the launch agents folder, the file that's in there, that's what would happen. It would start to change those permissions every 2 minutes. And that pretty much is it. I hope you found this informative, and thanks for watching.